I was not entertained. Unfortunately, this is the life you live. When you're a movie reviewer, you see a lot of movies. You like some, you dislike a lot. Gladiator 2. This movie takes place 16 years after the original Gladiator. Hanno, aka Lucius, aka the son of Maximus, aka Paul Mescal, aka I'm done with the AKAs. He is fled from Rome due to everyone fighting for the throne. He has a wife. He's a farmer. Does this all sound familiar? But Rome has new emperors as well. Twin emperors. They're doubled up on the evilness. Last time it was just Joaquin Phoenix and incest. Now it's two twin brothers out to conquer and bring the peace and love of Rome to everywhere. And everybody knows the first step to bringing peace and love is death and destruction. Because once everyone's dead, you can now build peace on top of it. Because, there's some people here that don't want your peace. They had their own peace. They don't want your peace. So you have to get rid of them to bring your peace in. And now peace is going to be restored. But that peace kills Paul Mescal's wife. And now he is on a journey of revenge. But in order to get that revenge, he must fight for Denzel Washington. He tells him, you fight for me, and I can give you that head of Pedro Pascal for him killing your wife. Now, I recently watched the first Gladiator movie. Didn't watch it until a couple of days ago, preparing myself for this movie. And as I was watching that movie, something came in my mind and I said, this movie looks like the trailer for Gladiator 2. I hope Gladiator 2 is not just a retread of this movie, or else I'm gonna be pissed. I am pissed. I don't hate this movie. It's just nothing new. It's everything wrong with a legacy sequel. The original film is now a classic. It's now beloved. It's now remembered and has all of these things that people that watched that first movie connect to. So now when we create this legacy sequel, one half of this movie is just a retreading and a retelling of the original film. And then the second half deviates away from that. But we're going to keep recalling and retreading and throwing member berries from that original film. That's something that every legacy movie sequel does. It can't not remind you of the first movie that you love so dearly. And it trying to remind you of the first movie that you love so dearly that you forget about the actual movie that you are watching in the present. I'm watching Gladiator 2. I've already watched Gladiator 1. What the hell is happening in Gladiator 2? What are these characters about? How is this story going to unfold? Will you go deeper? And the movie kind of says, we're going to go deeper into loving the first movie. This movie isn't going to go deeper into our characters here because remember that first movie exists. So just go and watch that first movie. This second one here, we're just doing shit because now we have a bigger budget because most people know about it and it's already a recognizable IP, so people will come to watch it. So we're not really going to give them a lot of story and character. We're just going to give them a lot of CGI, a lot of epicness, set pieces that are insane. And this movie does have those. This movie is epic. This movie is a lot more bigger in scope. This movie does have much more insane action set pieces that the other one didn't have. But you know what the other one had? A great story, great characters, and great action. You know what that first movie shows you? You can do it all. You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. But this movie is pretty much telling you, no, somebody must die. So if there's one thing in this movie that must die, let it be our characters. You don't really need to know much about them. You kind of met them already in the first movie. So let us just have some crazy action scenes. This is what I've always wanted to do now. Before, all I wanted to do was show off crazy action scenes, but I didn't have the budget nor the technology to really show it off. But now, I do have this technology. I can show it off. I'm done with these character shits and emotions. F that. Let's bring some chimps in here, baby. Let's get crazy. Let's get some sight. Let's get some CGI rhinos. I've always wanted to fight CGI rhinos. Because this movie is sacrificing its characters for these crazy action set pieces, you don't feel that connected to him. You feel detached and far away from him, oddly watching their story plays out going, I don't really know much about you. I mean, I kind of know Lucius and I kind of know his mama, Lucilla. I kind of know her. I'm kind of familiar with these people. I guess you don't need to go that much deep into them. I kind of understand what they're about. But hey, what's Pedro Pascal really about? How did these two even meet? What the fuck? Because Pedro Pascal is dating Lucius' mama now. I don't know much about Pedro Pascal's character. He's not really, he's in it here and there, but he's not really in it all that much. I don't feel much connection to him. The new twin emperors, I don't even know how the fuck they got into power. They just said they did. They don't really go in depth about them. So when they're out acting crazy and villainous, you don't really feel their villainy because they're not really in the movie all that much. You don't really understand them all that much. You don't get into a backstory. You don't see how devilish and evil they are like you do with Joaquin Phoenix in the first movie. Like Joaquin Phoenix in the first movie, you're like, oh yeah, this nigga gotta go. He's a piece of shit because he's so involved in that story. Not only does he kill his father, he kills Maximus' wife and child. He has her like ganged, raped. Then he has his son trampled and they burn him down to the ground and then hang him crucify him. And you're just like, God damn, you're an evil piece of shit. Here, Joseph Quinn and Fred Henshinger, they don't really do much evil shit. You know, they're just kind of floppish and flamboyant and laughing and maniacally loud. And you're just sitting there going, again, who would put these two in power? It's kind of like that thing from Rise of Skywalker where they just go, the Emperor's back. You're like, damn, why the Emperor come back? The Emperor's back. Don't worry about it. He's back. You know what I'm saying? My nigga, we gotta make a movie. He back. And this sort of did the same thing. 16 years before Maximus fought and died for a vision of New Rome. No one gave a shit. Now these two gonorrhea twins are here running the show. Fuck it. The best thing here is Denzel Washington. He gives the best performance. He's the most charismatic out of everyone here going on. You kind of feel for him. You kind of understand him. You really do get to like him. I like him here. You would like him here. He's brilliant. Paul Mescal's character is he's just trying so hard to be Russell Crowe Maximus, but you don't really get to feel his epicness, his compelling nature. He just feels like a guy faking the funk to try to make you feel more connected to him. Maximus, you really felt for Maximus, man. I was like, Maximus, that guy. Not only did they show you in that first battle he was that man, they showed you in his escape he was that man. They showed you in his slavery he was that man. They showed you that he knows how to lead men. I never got the feeling that Paul Mescal knew how to lead men, but when they put him in position to lead men, I'm just like, I don't really believe you. Your speeches are underwhelming, and I don't think it's underwhelming because he's doing a bad performance. We just don't really see that much to connect to him and to really believe his epicness in his leadership skills. That you're just like, I don't believe you, man. Ultimately, I just think this movie is a pretty okay movie. It's fun. It's a generic, bad legacy sequel, but a fun, generic, medieval gladiator epic with some great action, some good kills, and pretty good performances by everybody here. But you're just not that connected to anyone, so the performances are kind of wasted. So I'll be giving Gladiator 2 a 6 out of 10. But if you disagree, subscribe, because hey, we're at 500 subscribers, so I'm doing something right here, at least a little bit. See, most people are either agreeing or disagreeing with me, but they keep coming back because they're like, you know what, I disagreed with you last time, Kyle, but this time I agree. And I have to say, you're saying the right thing, sir. So subscribe. And if you agree, leave a like. That means you're already subscribed. So go ahead, leave a like. Welcome back. Stay around. We're growing. We're 500 deep. We're going up higher. We will. Can we get much higher? We can. And if you loved everything, you're new here, you're like, damn, I love this, I love that, I love you, I love everything. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. And as always, good and bye.